Hello everyone, Amod here from Retarget Common YouTube channel, and in the next video on this episode we are going to learn path parameters or URL parameters. So both the terms are generally used in interview perspective also, and they generally these words are generally used interchangeably also. So that's why I kept the topic name as path param or URL parameters. Okay, so before jumping to what is path or what is URL, or let's focus on the word parameters, right? So generally, why do we like when you create methods, right? Or like suppose when we are performing some action, like suppose I need to add numbers, right? So if I write a logic where every time same number will be added, then it will not serve the purpose and there will be no reusability as well, right? So what we can do, we can create a method for it, right? We can create a method for it and we can pass the desired number to be added as a argument or parameters, right? So that makes that particular logic as reusable. Similarly, in API, in terms of API or whatever endpoints we have, right? So we can put some parameters in that so that we can reuse the same thing. So just let me give you one example. If I go to our mostly used examples for API, that is called RESTful Broker API, and if I go here and let me show you the endpoints. Okay, so it's little slow, but just bear with me, and it's loaded now. Okay, so loads, okay, it's slow or what. Okay, so just to recap, like earlier we have talked about the base URI and base path, right? Like if you have to do a booking, so our base URI is same, but the base path is changing. Same for uh, some get book. I think for the health check and the to generate token, we have different kind of URI, right? So let me show you just example here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is Notepad plus plus. Okay, so what I was saying that suppose if your URI like something HTTPS www.google.com and then we have maps. Suppose if I want to go for news, right, then the base will be same. Okay, I'm just talking about with respect to one environment only, because if you go for different environments for Google, so there URI will be different, but the base path will be same. Like suppose if I want to go for news, then we can go for the news, right? Within news, maybe I need to go for India news. Okay, in India we need, maybe I need to go to Karnataka news, right? So like some base part define that one. Okay, or like suppose when you open any folder directory, right? So you go folder by folder, so you see the path is changing, right? Path is changing. Okay, so same way here also. So like suppose if like here we have Karnataka and India, right? That is fixed, those are fixed values. But suppose if I want to take I want to read the news from some city of US or some city of England. Okay, so this means these parameters should be in such a way that so that it can be changed. Okay, or in simple words we can say that we can make these endpoints parameterized. Okay, where we can parameterize the path. Okay, and it will be completely dependent upon the uh, us, like whatever value will pass, it will give me that result. Okay, so yeah, that is called path params. Okay, or URL parameters. Okay, so we should use the term path param here because that is very much related with the decision method, whatever we are going to use. Okay. So what is path param? So just for the definition, we can say that that is something. Let me copy this particular URI endpoint, and what I will do, I will go here, and instead of fixing the country name or maybe this news also, or maybe little bit be news. Then I will do like this, my country name. Okay, so whatever name you are giving, this will be parameter name. Okay, and that parameter name must be in two curly braces or within curly braces. Then slash we can give uh, state name. Okay, like this, and then maybe we can go more deeper like city name. Okay, so this will be my generic URL. Okay, generic URI, and whatever news I want to read from any city of any state of any country, right? We can simply put the values and we can go to that particular path. We can go to that particular news section, right? So just this, whatever we see, country name, state name, and city name, those are parameters. Okay, those are path parameters. Okay, so let me go and show you like how can we use the same thing in race assured. Okay, so let me see whether this restful book is working or not. It's still not working. I don't know what is the problem with this. So let me open a new window. Okay, it should work actually, but okay, so leave it in incognito mode. Maybe sometime because I'm using this continuously, so might be full listful book करीब यही. Okay, so it seems to be down. Yes, and if you want to see like okay, perfect. So it's got loaded, right? So if you see here, this particular URL, right? So let me go to Notepad again, and we can see if I go for booking. So here also we have different URLs. Just the base path is changing. Okay, and if I go to ping, so here also we have some different base path. Okay, so we should always try to make our URL parameters so that we can use it maximum, or usability should be there. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, if you see this get booking, right? So here if you see where we are passing the base path as booking, and then we are passing the booking ID, right? So what I'll do, I'll make it parameterized. Okay, so this will be base path. Okay, base path, then I will make another one called booking ID. Okay, so whatever type of value you need to pass, so that doesn't matter here. You need to give the parameter name in the in two curly braces, right? So let me go and create a class in this package, whatever project we have. See, in same project I'm going to create one class. I'll name it path parameter example. Okay, so it's not that much difficult to add. Just what we need to do, we need to start from race assured. Okay, we have already seen this, how to start with this syntax and all. So race assured. Okay, so race assured. Okay, then we have a method called given. Okay, why it's not coming? Because we have not used the main method and all. Okay. So inside this, I will copy, I will cut and paste it here. So let me put a given. Okay, then it will log, because I want to show you that how it is replacing the URL and all. Sorry, parameter. So we should log everything. This concept we have already seen. Okay, and the main things comes here. Let me set the base URI first. Okay, what is base URI? This will be my base URI. So let me set it up. Okay, and here we need to be careful because what I was base path as whatever we did here, right? Okay, so we know already at runtime base URI and base path will be concatenated, right? Okay. Then, so here we simply set the base URI, and in base path we have parameterized everything. Okay, we have parameterized the base path also and booking ID also. Okay, so once we give any parameter to URI, right? So it's our responsibility to pass the value to it. Okay, so to pass the path parameters, we have a method called path param. Okay, that is also coming from request specification interface itself. Okay, here path parameters takes two values. One is the parameter name and parameter value. I think it should be clear for you now. Whatever name we've given, right, base path, this is the parameter name. Okay, so let me copy it. Let me copy it and paste it here. So what is my base path? Booking. Okay, since we have two parameters, right? So we need to use two path parameters. Okay, path parameters, and then we can type booking ID. Okay, then we can pass two, whatever. Okay, so this is the simple method. Like if whatever how many path parameters you have, you need to add that many path params. Okay, not that there are some other way, like we can add into map and then we can directly pass. So that is other way that I will discuss later. But as a beginner, whatever URL parameters or path parameter you have used, those many path param method you need to call, and you need to give the parameter name and the required value. Okay. Okay, and just see here, this particular base path is a string and booking ID is integer, so there will be no change. Just need to pass the value in proper format. Okay, once this is done, what is next? Sorry, what is next? uh, we need to use the get method, right? Or let me write into bdd format. So when, okay, I do get, right, get, then this syntax should be clear for you because I've already covered last session. So I want to log from the response side also, right? So this is the, okay. So simple, right? We have parameterized this time our base path, and we are passing those values or those values to URL parameter path parameters using the path param method provided by request specification interface. Okay, that is very simple. Just need to give dot and call this method, and you need to give the key and value pair. Okay, so let me run it and let's see how it works. Okay, so run as Java application. Okay, so if you see the console, so let me maximize the console first. We can see here, this is our base URI, right? This is our base URI. Okay, and we see booking slash 2, right? This we have already passed from here, right? Here, so whatever we are passing here, booking will be replaced by booking will replace this base path, and this 2 will replace this booking ID. Okay, so this is simple. And if suppose we can have this at what do you call that, at the top level, and we can change. Suppose you have multiple test cases, or suppose you are running data driven testing. In that case, we can pass simply pass the different value to base path and base what do you call it, booking ID, and it will work for me, right? So this is the usage of path params. Now this is one way of passing the path param. There is another way that is called inline parameters or unnamed parameters. Okay, whatever we have done here, this is called named parameters. Why? Because we have given some name. Base path is the parameter name. Booking ID is the parameter name. Okay, same thing we can do inline also. So what is the meaning of inline? In that we will not give any name and all. Okay, so let me do one thing. What I'll do. So what should I do here? Mhm. Okay, okay. So let me create another, or let me copy this one. control C and control V, and this will be the second example. So what I'm doing, copy this path parameters, paste it here, and it will be 2. Okay. So this time we are going to use inline parameters. Okay. So what inline parameters? There's no need to set the base URL. Base URL can set. Okay. So what I'll do, simply remove this part. Okay. And here, maybe in previous I have not shown you this one examples, but whatever base class we are setting up while creating the request, that the same thing we can do here in get method also, because we have overloaded get method. Okay, and we can see it takes another there are so many overloaded get method, and you can pass the URL or path and here directly, so they no need to set base URL and base path also. So what I mean here, you can copy this, okay, pass in double quotes. Okay, so let me maximize it first. Okay, then copy this also, because same thing this SEO also do internally. They will go and merge both the base URL and base path, right? So this will be my whole URL, okay, actual endpoint, and then put the comma and give the value. Okay, give the value of this base path in booking ID. So I want, so how it is working, this is the my endpoint, okay, or parameterized URL. Okay, and we need to give the value. Okay, value of this particular URL parameters. Okay, so generally this is called unnamed parameters. Why? Because we are not setting based on the key and uh, key, because in previous example we have given the some name to it, right? But here it will not set based on the key. It will set based on the index. If means index means this booking will go and put the 0th index. Okay, and this 2 will put this first index. Okay, so what means it will go in sequence. Okay, it will go in sequence. So let me run and show you that how it works. Okay, so if you see this particular get method, and you can see it, it's just put in the sequence booking and slash 2. If you are not believe on my word, what I can do, let me change the wording, right? Let me put 2 here. Okay, and remove it from here. Okay, so what will happen this time, this base path will be replaced by 2, and this booking ID will be replaced by booking. Okay, which will give me incorrect URL. Okay, so if you come here and we see this is incorrect URL, 2 is coming first, right? That's why it's called unnamed parameters. We are not setting the value based on the parameter name. Based on the index, it will be set automatically. Okay, okay, so I put should be clear. Now you may ask, like, can we use both path parameters and inline parameters, or simply named parameters or unnamed parameters in one example? Yes, we can use, and that is a little tricky. So let me do one thing. Let me copy this again, control C and control V. Okay, so the third example. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, okay, so let me remove these things. Okay, and let me copy the URL from here. I don't know what happened, I didn't save or what. Maybe okay, I made the changes here only. Okay, so let me copy this gate, let me put inside 3. Okay, so what I'm trying to show you here, that we can use both name parameters or unnamed parameters in the same example, and how it works, that I'm going to show you. So it's there's no such rule that until unless you define any parameters, then only you need to use path parameter. No. So what I'm going to do, we have two parameters here, right? Base path and booking ID. So this base path I will pass using the path param. Okay. Okay. And then this booking ID I will pass from inline parameters or unnamed parameters. Okay. So what will happen in this case, when this particular when this SSO will get this particular particular URL parameterized or path parameterized endpoint, it will first take all the path param and it will feed here. Okay, then whatever you have left, okay, they will go for this index parameter. Okay, so what I am saying that this base path will be replaced by booking, and then it will go for inline parameters. Okay, so let me run it and just show you how it works. Okay, so if you see here, you can see the particular URI booking and two. Okay, so how in this way we can merge both. Okay, now what will happen if I pass two values here? Let me pass uh, let me pass some garbage token. Okay, so what is happening now, I have only two path parameters. Okay, but we are passing one path param here and we are passing from here also. Okay, so if suppose if it is not there, if it is not there, then what it do, it will go over go based on the index. Now we have path param also and we have two parameters here also. Then what will happen, we require two, we have three. Okay, and for one parameter we are passing two values. Let's see what happens. Okay, so let me run it. And if I see the URL here, you can see how it working. It is showing that, okay, so let me copy this one. Okay, let me copy the URL. Okay, and come here. Okay, so how it worked actually. Okay, so this is the resultant URI, and here if you see this base path, okay, will replaced by booking itself. What I said, that first SSO will take all the path parameter method. Okay, whatever we have, it will replace with that. So base path was replaced by booking itself, and whatever we have here, right, whatever we have this token, because after replacing base path we will have only one parameter, right? So this will take the first one, it will put it here. That's why we have booking slash token, and another parameter was ignored. Okay, another parameter was ignored. Okay, so this way it worked. Okay, but there's one problem with this asset also. Like suppose what will happen if I pass extra parameter here, like suppose I pass some garbage value again. Okay, some garbage value again. So again we have only two parameters, but we have total four. Let me see what happens. So hopefully it should ignore two and this one, last one, right? But let's see, it will not work in this way. If you run it, run a Java application, and you got some errors, and if you see here, so you see here the error, invalid number of path parameters expected to but was 4. Okay, invalid parameter numbers of path params expected to and was 4. Okay, ideally it should have thrown the error previously also, right? Previous program where we have expected 2 but we are passing 3. Okay, but no, it didn't work in that way. Okay, so what is actually, if I am passing one extra, then only it is showing some error. So this I observed while preparing this video and all. So it's not showing in the previous example. It's showing once you're giving one extra. Okay, one extra means because what I am thinking, like it is checking with this one, like we have two. So if we have two here, then it will not give any error, but it will not consider this part. Okay, so what will happen? Suppose if I pass base path 1 here. Okay, and let me correct it. Okay, So this time what I have done, we have base path and booking ID, and we have two values to it, and we have one path param with the name base path 1. Then what will happen? I think you are guessing correctly, because we don't have any parameter name, path parameter name as base path 1, so nothing will happen. It will go and feed these values here. Okay, so let me run it and just to show you. Okay, so there's some problems, so let me maximize it. Yeah, we can see token slash 2. Okay, booking was not used because that parameter name was not made. This is named parameter and this was not made, so it will not be considered. Okay. Okay, so I've shown you like how to use path parameters, path param method, how to use inline or unnamed parameters, and how to use combined one. And I just showed you that in which condition you're going to get the message, like if you are passing more than expected. Okay, but there's some fault or maybe some problem, because when it was expecting 2, we passed 3. That time it didn't show any error message, but when we passed 4, then it was showing the error. Okay, but suppose if you don't have this one, okay, and then we pass extra, let's see what happens in this time. Okay, okay, so this time we got some error, and yeah, here it's showing that invalid number of path parameters expected to but was 3. Okay, so here it is directly giving the proper error, but when you are passing path parameters also, so you'll get different. It will not giving you the error directly. Okay, so you need to be sure here what steps you are taking. So what I will suggest, if you are using name parameters, so use only that only. Don't mix that because it will create confusion for you only. Okay, and let me show you one more example, more thing. uh, what I want to do, like can you do this thing? So what I'm going to do, I will remove this person. Okay, I will parameterize this one only. Okay, so I will give the name base base address. Okay, something. Okay, and let me put a path parameters or UI parameter only. Okay, so we have 3, right? Base address, base path, and booking ID, and also we have token 2 and 3, right? So what should be our expected result? This will be token. Okay, then we will have 2, and then we have 3, right? Let's see whether it gives me that output or not. So when I run it, okay, so it giving some error, and just let me see what is error. It is saying that illegal character in authority, illegal character in authority index 8, and and it it replaced token and 2. Okay, but didn't replace the base address. Okay, did you get it? Means we have already 3 parameters here, 3 path params, right? Base address, base path, and booking ID, and we are passing 3, right? 3 we are passing here, but then also it replaces only base path and booking ID, not the base address. Okay, let me use path parameters. Okay, so here base address. Okay, let pass the token itself. Okay, let me remove one from here. Okay, so we have 3 path parameters and 3 values. So what should be this? This base address should be replaced by token. Okay, and then 2, then 3, right? Let's see what happens now. Okay, it is giving again error, and if I go to console It says again same thing like illegal cat is authority at index 8, and it is not replacing the base address. Why? This is my, I am parameterize this one, and why it's not replacing that one, right? Why it's not replacing this one? Because it is path param, right? The name is path param. Okay, it doesn't apply on this one base URI things. Okay, so means whatever we have after this one slash, right? Whatever we have after slash, we can parameterize that one. Okay, we cannot parameterize this part. Okay, so that is the concept. This is a parameterized base path or path. Okay, because we can have some if you have like suppose if there's one file and which is deeply nested or deeply or hidden in multiple hidden in you need to go folder by folder, right? So we can parameter those path, okay, but not this one. Here we cannot do. Okay, here we cannot. Suppose if I'm using base URI also, you cannot use the parameter in base URI. Okay, it will not work. It is just to parameterize the path, not this this particular address here. Okay, but what I will go and let me change this to single slash. Okay, and let me put it single slash here also and here also. So if you see, this will be a path actually. Okay, if you see the folder directory path, then it will path, right? Slash slash slash. In this case, it will replace. It will replace. Let's see now. Okay, so we see don't see any error, and if you see this particular URL, okay, can you see okay, so local is going because we didn't find anything, so it is considering by default the local host. So that I will cover later, but don't confuse about that. Okay, so what I'll do, I will simply remove this person as of now because it's not needed to worry about this one. Okay, so we can see this base address got replaced by token, and then we have 2 and 3. Why? Because after single slash it is considering as a path. Okay, that's why it is able to replace that. Okay, but because we have double slash, so it was double slash was not a path here. That was the what can I say, from the base URI kind of thing. That's why it was not able to replace or not. We cannot use the path parameters there. Okay, so this was the concept of path parameters, and there's another way to do, like just let me copy this one again. So I know that I always take time to explain the concept, and see, if you see this path parameters, it looks very easy, right? But I have shown you all the examples. Okay, I have shown you all the examples, and it is always good to explore and learn more. Okay, so whatever I learn from exploring, I generally try to share with you people. Okay, so so let me copy this one, okay, and paste it here. Okay, so this will be 4. So what I am saying you that, because suppose you when you have multiple path parameters, right? So we cannot use so many methods again and again. So what you can do, we can use, okay, so if you see this path param, right? Path param. Okay, so we see one map. Okay, so what it says that get one map, okay, a string or maybe object, okay, path path parameters, okay, then new hash map, okay, any implementation library you can create, okay, and instead of adding the individual parameter using the path param method every time, simply add those in a map. Okay, path param dot put method we have. So here we'll have values. Okay, so let me copy it again because we have two parameters, right? And this is more convenient way to pass. Okay, So base path, okay, and then we have booking ID. Okay, why I've given the object as a value? Because your value can be any data type, right? So and instead of passing these values again and again, or calling the same method again and again for individual this one, just call the path parameters, and with this has one overloaded method which takes map argument. I need to pass the path parameters whatever we have created our map. Okay, so if I run it, it will work the same way whatever we have done previously. Okay, so let me run it. Okay, so if I run it and if so you console, so it you can see it giving it working the same way. Okay, so this is the way of, this is another way of passing path param, and this particular option is good when you have multiple parameters, right? If you have one or two, then you can go for path param. Okay, or if you have many, then go for map. Now why it is good? Because suppose if tomorrow you need to add more parameters, right? Then simply you can use map. There's no need to touch this actual script. Okay, and then also you can have some definite set of parameters for multiple test cases, right? So you can have one common and you can add extra or you can remove extra as per requirement. Okay, so this is all about path parameters, and I hope you enjoyed this session. And I have explained like all the concept of path parameters, like what is named parameters, what is unnamed parameters, and how to use path param method, how to use map, how to use inline parameters or unnamed parameters, and how to use both. Okay, and in which condition by getting extra parameters method. Okay, so those examples also I have shown you. Okay, so still, if you have any questions, you are always free to comment below, or you can send me a mail, WhatsApp, or whatever convenient way you think you can contact with me. Okay, so thanks everyone, and we'll meet for another topic soon.